Okay, thank you very much, Sarah, for inviting me to present today, and welcome to everyone else who's joined us. Weebly is something is a website that I found, an application I found probably about 10 years ago, and in those days the technology wasn't quite there to utilize all the benefits. Now we have iPads and other mobile devices. Basically, it's caught up with what the capabilities of what Weebly is able to do. So I'm going to take you through a couple of things today about looking at teachers' websites and student websites, and showing you some examples and just showing you how easy it is to create a website for yourself. Let me go through my presentation. I'm going to go pretty fast today. We've only got 29 minutes left. Just to tell you that on the 5th of April at Dubai Men's College, there's the Mobile Learning Conference, and I'll be presenting a slightly longer version, 45 minutes version of this presentation at 1 o'clock, and again repeated at 2 o'clock. So if you're coming to the conference on the 5th of April, then perhaps I'll see you again. Weebly is a free and easy to use drop and drag website builder. There are over 25 million sites already created using it, and already 200 million unique visits to those 25 million websites. So it's popular. And some of the features that it offers, well, in October, one of the biggest developments was that they released an app for the iPad and also for Android. One of the best things about Weebly is that it includes these content elements, which basically are text, photos, maps, videos that allow you to drop and drag those elements into your website very, very easily. It also offers over 100 different themes, so you can imagine that basically, both you and your students can have completely different looking websites, so they can really kind of express your creativity. And one of the other things I like as well is that Weebly is optimized for mobile, tablet, and computer. So whatever device you're viewing the website on, it's already optimized for those devices, which if you go to a lot of websites, it's not. So that's another benefit of Weebly. Okay, some things you need to be aware of. Basically, Weebly consists of 5 different, if you like, applications or different types of parts of Weebly. First one is the new iPad app, which I told you came out in October. There's something called the Weebly Classic app. The new app that just came out in October doesn't allow you to blog yet. So if you wanted for your students to create a blog and for you a reflective blog and for you to be able to interact with them using that blog, they need to download a second app, which is called the Weebly Classic app. And that's been around for about 3 or 4 years, and it was designed for the iPad, so for the iPhone. But at the moment, if you want your students to use a blog on their iPad, they need to use the Classic app as well as the other app as well, the one that came in October. Okay, there's also an Android as well, so if they have an Android device, they can blog from their mobile telephone for that. And there's 2 other places. There's the teacher's web version and the student web version. If you're a teacher and you're designing your own website, I suggest that you use the teacher web version rather than the iPad app, because it offers you a lot more functionality than the app does. You can do most things, and as we know, our students only have iPads, so students can do so much with the iPad app, but as a teacher you get so much more functionality with the web version. They will keep on adding new things to the app, the Weebly app, of course, but at the moment, if I had the choice, and all the 2 sites that I maintain, I use the teacher web version to maintain it. And lastly is the student web version. Now that does allow blogging, so if your students do have an iPad and a laptop, you can actually blog from the web version. So just be aware that there are 5 different places that make up Weebly. Sarah's got the URLs and she'll send those out to you for all those different places at some point. Also, just be aware that when I gave this session a couple of weeks ago, a lot of teachers rushed in and went to the Weebly.com site and registered for an account. Now, the Weebly.com site only doesn't give you any student accounts. It only gives you a limited individual account. When you go to the Education Weebly site, which Sarah will send out the URLs for you, you get a lot more benefits. And some of these are coming up on this table. So for instance, I won't run through this in that much detail, but just to say that for every teacher account, you get 40 student accounts. So that means 40 of your students can have their own websites or portfolios under your teacher account. Now, some of you might have more than 40 students. Well, there's a workaround for that, which is that you register a second account and you get another 40 students. And you can register. It doesn't have to be an HCT email address. You can register in a Gmail or a Hotmail or a Yahoo Mail, anything you like, but just specify, but make sure you do go to the Education Weebly site in order to do so. And for every teacher account, the teacher gets 10 websites and the students get 1. And so just be aware of that. The other limitations are that the teacher gets unlimited number of pages. So you get 10 websites and each website has unlimited number of pages, but the student only gets 1 and they only get 5 pages. So if it was going to be a portfolio, you would have to be kind of pretty limiting on what you would include on that. You can go, the pages can be as long as they want. You can scroll down forever, but you just can't have, students just can't have multiple pages. Okay, so there is a pro account, and I actually have a pro account myself, actually paid for it myself. It just offers you a little bit more than the free teacher account, but the free teacher account will get you started and be probably for most of you more than you need. Okay, this is what the app interface looks like. Very kind of easy looking. You've only got basically 3 tabs at the top. You've got the build tab, which are those content elements I told you about. You've got the pages where you delete and you add pages, and then you've got the design, which are the themes and the templates and the color schemes and the fonts. So for a student point of view and for a teacher point of view, the app is really, really easy to use. Okay, some of the features that Weebly offers, it offers a free web hosting service. So basically you can choose any URL you like if it's available, and they will host that for you free of charge, which is pretty amazing if you think of that. There is no advertising on their education site. Again, on their commercial site there is, but on their education site, teacher's account, there is no advertising on your website. So that's pretty amazing that they can manage to do that. Now, this is very important, especially if you have female students here. It does offer you a managed protected environment for your students. Okay, what does that mean? It allows you to password protect all your students' website from Google or from searching or from any other way. Now, of course, for your students to see their own websites, you need to give them the password, otherwise they won't be able to see their own website. And you decide on what password, and it's the same password for the whole class. Okay, you can change that as often as you want. For different classes, you can have different passwords, but just be aware that once the password is out and the students can distribute that password to anyone, and once someone has the password, they can get in and look at those student accounts. So just be aware of that, but there is some protection there from Google and from just kind of casual searching. Other beauty of this product is there is no HTML or technical skills required to use it. So it's very, very, very easy. Okay, a couple of issues I just need to tell you about. There are not many. These are just ones that I've kind of picked up over the years. This one's a positive and a negative. It saves automatically. So basically it saves to the cloud as you're working on your site. However, there is no undo. So you might make lots of changes and decided, I mean, the other day it happened to me. I ticked on one of these content elements. They have kind of X boxes on they have an X on each of the elements, and I clicked the wrong one and deleted it. And once it's gone, it's gone. So I had to recreate what I did. And another occasion, I wanted to redesign one of the websites, and I moved everything around, which took me a good half an hour to do, and then I decided I didn't like it and I wanted to put everything back. So I had to go through another half an hour of putting everything back where it was. So a little bit of planning probably would have avoided that. So my advice is, when you kind of plan to do a website for yourself or for your teachers, just give them some kind of structure of what you would like to see on their website or for yourself. The student accounts, you get 40 of them per teacher account, as I said. If you have more than 40 students, there's a couple of options. Either you can pay for extra students, and that's only $1 a student per year. So that's pretty good. $1 per student per year on top of the 40 that you already have. If you have like different semesters, you have different classes, of course, you can delete the students that you've already had. So the 40 students you may have had in semester 1, you can delete their accounts and recreate new ones for your new students. However, your students might like to keep what their work that they've done in your semester as a kind of portfolio for a record of their work. So you might not want to do that. But what you can do is the option I told you earlier, which is register for a second teacher account, and those 40 will remain there. And that brings me on to the next point. There is no easy way of transferring a student once they either leave your class or leave HCT. So again, a student might put a lot of effort into creating a portfolio for you or for another teacher, and they might want to take it with them. Well, there's no easy way of doing that. Now, I did write to Weebly and ask them what their advice was on that, and they did say that they would be happy to transfer any student Weebly account over to a Weebly.com account free of charge for the student, free of charge for the institution. But we've yet to test that. They might be thinking I'm talking about 1 or 2 students. Potentially, we could have a lot more than that. So we've yet to test whether they will do that for multiple students, but there is an option there. And last thing on the issues is that the app is currently a little bit limited in terms of what, in regards to the web version. So for instance, there's no blog feature available just yet. They're adding features all the time, but that one's not available. But there is the separate app for doing the blog. So just be aware that, but for the 99% of majority of students, and for teachers, the app can do most things you would want to do. Okay, let's have a look at what one teacher has done. So one of the teachers up in Fujairah, some of you might know him, foundation teacher called Bion. He's put together, over a course of a weekend, he's put together a lovely website for his class. So this is his level 4 students class. So what he's done, he's got all sorts of things he's created here. So he's created student websites, student accounts. He's registered his students, and each of them have their websites listed on his website. Now he's put these in manually, but he's put their names there and linked to their website. So I'll show you what some of those look like in a minute. But just to show you what he's done on his, so you've got the home page, which is this one. So you'll see the URL at the top. So he's picked level 4 section 1.weebly.com. That's his address for his site. So he's given that out to his students to look at, and in here he's got all his lessons for all his weeks. So we can go to week 8 and have a look what activities he's got for his students in week 8. So there's all sorts of things on here that he's asked them to do, some instructions as well, very nicely illustrated. One of the beauties is Weebly that it is visually attractive. So again, he's put kind of graphics in there. Okay, all sorts of instructions there by day. He's taken some photographs of the board work, which is quite nice. So students who are either absent or want to revisit what he did in the class can actually go in there, which is great. Okay, so you can see he's put a lot of work into this. We'll just go back to another page. What he's also got on here is a blog. So although it's called News and Information, he's actually created a blog, and students can leave comments on that if they wanted to. Anything that's really important, he can let his students know. So you've got the news and information, the lessons. He's then got the skills practice. So he's broken, basically there's a lot of external links to websites he'd like his students to go to. Then he's got a class page. Now what's nice about this is that on a teacher's website, you can password protect any page. So not only can you protect your students from Google and searching, you can also protect any page on your website, which is good as well. So you could have a restrictive area that only your students see, or only certain students see, or only you see. You know, it could be you know, stuff to do with exams, could be all sorts of things. Okay, so I need a password to get into that. Let me go back to this one. And what else has he got on here? He's also got more, and he's got some information about himself on here. So I'll just show you. So, so he's got some lovely pictures of Russell Kamer when he visited there. So again, it's nice for his students to kind of find out what Bjorn does in his spare time outside of work. So again, very, very visually attractive and very easy to for students to kind of navigate and get around. Yeah. Also, it's got some kind of social media icons up here as well. So he's put his email address in the top right-hand corner there, and also he's got his YouTube channel as well. So that takes his students to those different places. And you've got a search box as well automatically. Comes with the Weebly template. So that's what he's done, which is pretty good. And let's have a quick look at what his students have done. So this is one of his students. So Bjorn's registered his students, given the students the username and password to get in. So Bjorn decides what username and password the student goes in with, and students can change their password at any time. But Bjorn or any teacher will see all the passwords of all their students at any time, even if they change it. Okay, so this is a student's presentation. So they were doing a technology presentation, one of the exercises Bjorn wanted them to do. So this is his student's kind of PowerPoint, and again, you can either let it run through slide by slide, or you can go a bit faster if you want. And also, again, he's got some photographs with some information underneath one of the projects Bjorn wanted them to do. So again, we can click on these and have a look at some of the images and some of the information that he's written. Okay, just take you to a different student, just to show you how different the websites can look. So this is the same class, different student, but in the same class. Okay, so what Ali's done is he's taking a photograph of some of his writing, which you can probably see is readable. So using the kind of power of the iPad to be able to do that. And again, he's got his presentation on technologies, looking at 3D television, and his own presentation, which they would have presented in class, but now have kind of archived that information on his website. Okay, and so you see the templates look very, very different. Okay, so that gives you an example of what a teacher done, and literally Bjorn did that started that website over a weekend, and he's got his students on, and that's over this semester. He's got all, he's got his classes signed up for Weebly. He gives them tasks to do, and and he's had a really good response, and he really likes it. So impressive stuff. Okay, just want to quickly show you. It's 2:18. I want to show you what the app looks like and how easy that is to use. Okay, so once you've created your teacher account, basically you'll see that these are some of the websites I've already designed, and remember, as a teacher, you get 10 websites. So basically, I've got 9 here. So if I want to create a new website, just press the plus key in the top right-hand corner, and it loads the themes. Now, I told you there are over 100, but for some reason, when you first start a new website, it only gives you maybe 20 different themes. So at this stage, it doesn't really matter what you pick, because there are some nicer ones when you get to the next page. So I'm just going to pick on any website. So you just select it, highlight it. It's highlighted. You probably can't see, but it's got a blue box around it, and just press choose. And it's going to go ahead and create the site for me. This is all happening live on the internet, so bear with me. I must say it's really pretty quick. When I've done presentations on this and publishing websites, and students have been doing it. It's pretty robust. It hasn't gone down ever, the Weebly website, and it always publishes pretty quickly. Okay, so this is what the theme that I picked. If I want to change the theme now, I told you there's over 100. I literally go to the edit. There are 3 tabs: build, pages, and design. If I go to design, change theme, and then this is where I get the 100 plus different themes. You can filter them. You see at the top there, I can go by corporate looking websites. I can go to fun looking websites. I can go to simple looking websites. So you basically, the choice is yours. And I'm just going to go down here and just pick one that okay, this one will do. So choose that one. It will change my my theme from the one I chose first of all to the next one. I would suggest though that try and fix on a theme reasonably early. If you're going to create something like Beyond's Done, although the content does come across when you move from theme to theme, the content does come across, but maybe not in the places that you would want it, and you might have to a lot of kind of fixing up to do afterwards. So basically, I would experiment with the themes before you go too far in adding a lots of content. Okay. Okay, so this is what the template I picked. Now I can change the photograph quite easily. So that photograph I don't want. So literally, you can just go to edit, and I can go to my just pick a. Okay, so I'm going to change that theme, and you'll see that my photograph needs to be cropped to fit it on in. So I can just literally drop and drag that down to the area that's going to display, and I press save. Okay, and it's asking me, where do I want to select that? Do I want to all pages? So that image basically that image will replace the original on all pages, or only this page, or on selected pages. Yeah, I'll just put for now just for this page, and I'll save that one. Okay, so that's now got a different photograph, and you'll see that all the websites always come with the same 3 pages: home, about, and contact. As a teacher, as I told you, you get unlimited number of pages. For students, they only get 5. So there's 3 there. If I don't like the names, or I can delete them, I can go up to edit, go up to pages, and on. So for instance, if I don't want the contact, I can literally delete that page. It will ask me, are you sure you want to delete it? Yes. Okay, it's gone. If I want to add a page, and I can just put on here, and I can just put my okay, save that one, and that's gone. So once I click on this one, I can then go to edit. It will take me to the next page. And then this is what I wanted to just show you a few of the elements here. So I can drop in a title. So literally just drop and drag the title frame there. I can then bring in some text underneath that. You see that there's a blue line there. The blue line indicates where it's going to drop and drag it. So I can actually put it above the title or below. Okay. Once it's there, I can still move it. So don't worry. So nothing's fixed there. I can move things quite easily around. And I want to put a YouTube video in there. So literally there's the YouTube element here, and just drag that across in there. And it's asking me for the URL. So if you go to YouTube and pick you go to the sharing icon, it gives you the unique URL, and you can just literally paste that in there and press, I'll have that centered, and press done, and it will drop the YouTube video into there. Okay. Now the good thing is that you'll see it says here double tap to edit on the text, and then double tap to edit on the on the second text box as well. If I don't put anything in there, nothing will be displayed. So if I type on here as well, only this will be published now. Yeah. Okay, so once that's done, I can just add edit that title. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to publish that now, just to show you how easy it is to publish. So press publish. Now this is where it asks me the domain name. Basically, I can choose anything I like, and this is basically the web address of my website. So if I put here, you know, HCT Foundations. Okay, it says it's available, so I can press done. And then it's publishing the website now, just to show you how quick that it is. It's already done it. Click on the link, and you will see that the website opens up the browser and will display for us. Okay, there's my photograph. Here's my English project. And then there's my video. So you see how quickly that is to actually create and publish a website literally in minutes. Okay, it is 2:27. Last thing I have to show you is the teacher dashboard. So this is on the web site. So this is the Weebly website. So I've logged in. It's the same login for the app as it is for the website. And you'll see this is where so these are my websites, and this is where I add the students here. Okay, I've got 2 classes registered here. So I've got like half a dozen students in one class, and in another class I have got just 2 students. And if I want to add some more students or add a new class, that's very easy to do. So I can put in here okay, and this is where you put the privacy in here. So you can either make it public or private. If you make it private, this is where you put the password in for the whole class. Okay, but you have to give that to the students in order for them to see their own website. So create class, and just ask you to select a grade. So you can just say other. Okay, create class. Okay, that's it done. And either I can upload multiple students using an Excel sheet using the add multiple students, or you can either just add, if you don't have many students, you can just add them one by one. You decide what username and password they have, and you give that to the students, and then they can go to the Weebly app and start creating their own websites. If you want to see their websites, your students, because obviously they will publish it, and if you want to see their work, you just literally click on the dashboard here again. Okay, so I told you each a student gets only one website. A student can create as many websites as they like, but they can only publish one. So I can have a look. It doesn't tell me which one's published here, but I know it's this one. So it's going to open up this one, and I can have a look at my student's website. Okay, so this is what he's done. Okay, so this is the teacher dashboard. So basically, it's a one-stop shop. So it shows you all your sites. And what's nice about this, you get stats as well. So you can check on any of if you've got your 10 websites, you can click on the stats, and it will give you a indication of how often your sites are being viewed and where they're being referred from as well. So that's quite nice. And you can delete the websites from here if you don't want. This is your own. You can delete them from here. And then this is where you see all the students, your student websites. Okay, I'll stop there. It's 2:29. I'm happy to take any questions that you have.
Peter, I'll just ask the question that was asked in the last one, because it was quite a good question about the HTML5 or the HTML file or HTML code. You said you don't need to know any HTML code to make your website, but is it possible to put that into a website to use an HTML file?
Yeah. So for instance, just an example, this is my Weebly website, and there are some tables that I wanted to put in. Weebly doesn't offer you the ability to add tables just yet, but I wanted to add a table. And so basically I created it and took the HTML code from Explorer and copied and pasted it into Weebly. And this is how the table, because I wanted it to look exactly like this, with columns and boxes. So basically, yeah, the web version allows you to copy and paste HTML coding. So a lot of websites offer you the ability to embed some of their content in your website. This is how you do it. So they'll give you the code, so you don't need to know any HTML. You copy their code that they want you to embed in your website. And on the web version, not the app version, on the web version, you can copy that code. It's just one of those drop elements. Drop it into your website. It will then say, paste the code in here, and it will display exactly like this. So yeah, that's a good question. So if you wanted to do that, that's how you do it. There's an HTML element in the web version for you to do that.
Great, excellent. So is there any other questions from anyone? I'm just going to show everybody's face down here. Nope, everybody's shaking their head no. So if you do have any questions, you can send either Peter or myself an email. I will send out, after this webinar, I'll send out a quick survey, as I always do for each webinar. I'll also send out in that email the links that Peter talked about, so that you have easy access and you can go in and try the Weebly app and the Weebly web version as well. So any questions, just let us know. If not, I'll say enjoy your week vacation then. And thank you for attending the webinar.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you.